I will start by introducing myself. When people ask me what I do, I normally answer it's complicated because I do a lot of things. But in brief, it's all around technology and innovation. So originally I'm a computer engineer and I did Masters in Information Systems. And then I moved into the business world. So I started collecting both the computer science and the programming with the business side of it. So to start with, I think a lot of people would talk about today to find your career is not about the technology, you know, it's not about what you studied, it's more about the human aspect of it. It's more about your interaction with people. It's all about communication. So you need to work on that. There are many online courses, books, you need to research about how to write your CV, how to communicate, send emails properly to your coworkers or to your future employers. I'll give you some examples of what I've faced, and it was really terrible. I've received so many CVs just with no subject in the email and no text in the, or no body in the email. Like, this is basic courtesy. I wouldn't even read this CV. Even if the person would be exactly what I want, it would just pass through the CV filter. So this is not related to IT or non-IT, it's just common sense. You want to send a letter to anyone, you open the phone, you call someone, you want to introduce yourself. And if you don't do that, if you don't present yourself properly, then how will you give the message to these employers that you are the right person, that you are worth hiring, and that you will in the future communicate your ideas and work. Now, I learned something really important in the technology, in the IT sector, in the technology and development especially, is that there are rarely gray zones. So it's either a yes or a no, or I will look into it. This, I was humiliated by my superior back in 2003 because I said, in my opinion, and I believe. And he said, in our domain, that does not exist. You don't tell a client or your superior, I believe, or in my opinion. If you don't know something, be courageous or confident enough to say, I don't know, I'll look into it, or I'll ask the professional or someone who knows about this topic. So this is a very bad answer for me personally. I don't know, other recruiters, employers would probably agree that when it comes to technology is like a lot like mathematics. It's a lot like engineering, where 1 + 1 adds up to 2. And there are no, in my opinion, no one will ask you as a recruit, as a young student, or as a job seeker in the information and development field about your opinion. You need to research more than that. These are part of my personal experiences with my boss, my previous bosses, and sometimes with my employees, or with the people that send me their CVs to work with. Another point that I would like to shed the light on in terms of applying for a career and going for the job interview. The first impression is very important because I've heard, and this is a quote from a series, it says you can never make the first impression twice. So it's the first impression that counts. You cannot make it another time. So even if you're in the IT business, normally the IT people are mostly the geek style, you know, some Ray-Bans or some jeans and kickers. The first meeting, you want to show the best of what you are. Then what happens in the back office, we're chilled out with Birkenstocks or whatever, this is something else, but not in the day of going for your career. You want to show that you're professional, that you're capable, and that you are serious about finding this job. No one will hire someone who doesn't want the job. You want to earn it. You want to be the man in the position. So you want to go and fight for it. Do we have anyone in the IT or software development field in this room? No. Only one person. So don't take it personally when I'm saying this is really a more generic advice. When Jad told me about this event, I decided from day one that I will not prepare an IT-centric speech, and I wanted more to meet the people I'm talking to and to be able to address you in a very impromptu way so we could communicate about this. A very important thing that I personally like, and especially is very important in technology, is basically the self-driven character. I mean, definitely, when you look at someone that wants to work in technology, they have to be out of the box thinkers. They have to be a little bit more driven, self-driven, because it's not the 8 hours at work. There's a lot of people that finish at 4 p.m. and they go home, and then there's no research. It's all about research, it's all about follow-up, it's all about what you do outside the work hours, especially in technology. Because at the fast pace, what you do in the office will be old yesterday and the day before. What you need to do is go home, research, see the latest technology, what's going on. Keep on learning. No one can be arrogant to say, I'm done learning or I know it all. And this is a big mistake, arrogance in the software world. It happens. It's like, oh, I know everything. You don't take advice. Some people don't kind of take it personal if you tell them this is wrong, this is right. So the learning process is very important. To show that you have a learning curve is very important. And it's more important than what you do now. So your CV can be very rich. You can know SQL, I don't know, Visual Basic, C, Objective, mobile app development, web development, anything. That doesn't matter. What matters is that you can fit in a new environment and learn. Adaptation is one of the human race's greatest skills. I mean, it got us to survive this far. And in the business world, especially in technology, you need to be able to learn more than to just do your job. And this learning happens in the late hours at night or late hours after work, not during work itself. I think that what Jad is doing with Achieve Careers, and there are other also human resource assistant companies that are helping young students or job seekers to build their CV, to build their resume, to write their presentation letter. And that is very important to seek help, seek guidance, consult your friends, your close friends, maybe your family. Let them read your CV. Let people read your cover letter and make sure that it doesn't have spelling mistakes, typos, because this is now part of Windows. I mean, it's Microsoft Word or whatever. It corrects your typos. So make sure you have a look at that. And at the same time, always think in innovation or entrepreneurship, you should always think that if I can't convince my family, why will someone else be convinced with my ideas? So if you can't convince your family who love you, who want you to succeed, or your sister or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your preferred other, then you cannot convince your employer. So run these, do all this training. You can do rehearsals with your mother, your grandmother, I don't care, with your friends at school. So you can maybe, when you go, you're confident enough, you've managed to convince your close circle, and then you move on to your recruiters, to the companies, to the persons that will matter, that their decision will matter as well. I'm not sure, I came here late, I had a personal situation, I just arrived, and I would like to close this in one very important item, is that always when you go to a company, and that's for all the job seekers, research what they do. Go deep inside their website, find any publications they have had, all their products, and be ready to be quizzed. So if you go there, you need to own the interview. You need to have all the background check about your interviewee. Maybe his profile is important to see what he likes, what he doesn't like. Maybe you're in tune on some book he put on Facebook or something. This is a little bit social media espionage, but this is true. This is very important. If you create a human bond, it's not about ones and zeros. Eventually you're going to work with these people, you're going to have lunch together, you're going to sit in the same room. You need to be able to interact at a human level. And of course, last but not least, be the best at what you do. Focus at the technology you are working on, and don't be too distracted by all the fuzz around. Study everything around you, but at the same time focus and be excellent at what you do. That's my advice to the job seekers. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jad, again, and the Chief for giving me this opportunity. I leave the floor to Jad. Thank you.